Hey guys, and welcome to another video. This video is going to be a 8 math video. So if you're not in 8th grade math, I do not suggest you watch this video. So let's get started. Today we're going to be doing Unit 4, graphing and writing linear equations, and we are going to do 4.2 slope of a line. Let's get started. As you know, most of Unit 4 is going to be using graph paper, and since you can see I clearly fail and it will take me a super long time to make a graph on this online note, I will not be doing it. I'll just be using the X and Y coordinates and doing everything out from there. So let's get started. Our first example problem of the day. Today we're going to be calculating slope. So let's say that we have -3, -1, and 3, 4. All right, let's just say that we had those two numbers. Well, if we had those two numbers, then what we would do is first to calculate the slope. Basically, the formula to calculate the slope, it's always going to be m equals y minus y over x minus x. And another way to represent that, and how mathematicians represent that, is triangle y or triangle x. It basically means the same exact thing. So let's try it out. M equals -1 minus 4, which is -5. And over -3 minus 3. And -3 minus 3 is -6. Two negatives make a positive, so we slash those out to get 5 over 6. So our answer is 5 over 6, and you can just leave it like that. Boom, you got 100 on the question. Woohoo! Super simple, nothing to worry about. I'll show you one more example problem if you're still freaking out. -1, 1, and then we have 1, 1, -2. That's not a T, it's a 1. So, first we would do m equals y minus y, not x minus, y minus y, which is 1 minus -2, and two negatives make a positive, so 1 plus 2 is 3, over -1 minus 1, which is -2. Now, this is a rule. When you are using this way, the way you're using right now, you see how the answer is 3, -2? Well, there's a positive slope, which goes up. That's a positive slope. There's a negative slope. There's a slope of 0. And then there's an undefined slope. So there's different types of slopes. And this is a negative slope. When you're dealing with a negative slope, negative slopes go down. When you're dealing with a negative slope, our answers get a bit funky, because the correct answer is supposed to be -3, 2. So to solve this problem, we simplify it to get -3 over 2. Always simplify or you will get a big 0 on your quiz. Always simplify, okay? Okay. Now I'm going to give you two practice problems. So the first one is -2, 3, and 3, 2. That's our first one. And then our second one will be, I should probably give myself more space. Our second one will be -4, -1. And then it will be 2, 1. -4, -1, 2, 1. Yeah. So pause the video here to solve the problem, and we'll have some spooky, scary skeletons background music as you pause the video and solve it. All right. And hopefully you have solved the problems, because now I'm going to show you how to solve them. So it will be m minus x minus x, so 3 minus 2, which will be 1. And, no, y minus y, not x minus x, but I did it right. Y minus y, which will be 3 minus 2. And then x minus x, which will be negative 2 minus 3, which will be negative 5. And remember to always simplify it to negative 1 over 5 so that you don't get a big fat 0 on your quiz. Okay? Okay. And our next practice problem was this problem. And it will be m equals y minus y, so negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2 over negative 4 minus 2, which is negative 6. Simplify two negatives, make a positive to get 2 over 6. And simplify 2 over 6 to get 1 over 3. And that's your answer. Boom! Super easy, right? Nothing hard. And now we're going to find out how to find the slopes of horizontal and vertical lines. It's the exact same process, basically. So let's say that we had the points negative 1 over 5 and 6, 5. This is going to be a slope of 0. So there's a slope of 0 and then there's an undefined slope. This one is a slope of 0. And as you know, slope of 0 is going to be 0, obviously. And we can even use the y minus y is 0 over negative 1 minus 6, which is negative 7. So basically the simplified answer should be negative 0 over 7. But what's 0 divided by 7? Oh, it's 0. So it really doesn't matter because the answer will always be 0. The score which you don't want to get on your test. Then next we have this line, the undefined slope. And why is it called an undefined slope? You'll find out in just a second. These are the points for an undefined slope, 4, 6, and 4, 2. And you'll see why it's undefined in just a second. M equals 6. 6 minus 2 is 4 over 0. So we just do 4 divided by 0, right? Simple. Now, search this up. Let's search it up. 4 divided by 0. You can't see me searching it up because I'm doing that on my computer. But, in case you haven't noticed, no number can be divided by 0. No number. You can type it in on your calculator. It'll just say error because no number can be divided by 0. 0 divided by 7 will be 0. But 7 divided by 0 is going to be unknown. We can't solve it. That's why it's called an undefined slope. So the answer is, I don't know what your teacher's going to make you write. I might write a question mark, or I might write undefined, or I might abbreviate it undef. Just do what your teacher says to do for that one. So we learned about slopes of 0 and undefined slopes. Easy slopes, right? Nothing hard about that. So, let's see here. Okay, so now we're going to find some slopes. So, the questions are now going to ask us, we have three lines all going in this direction. And they're asking which lines are parallel. Which lines are parallel? Well, the way to calculate if lines are parallel is you have to find their slopes. And if any one of the slopes are matching up, then those two are parallel. So we have I'm going to split my notes up. Oops, took a hold of that. Stop grabbing that, Rishi. I'm going to put a line over here. And a line over and a line over here. Finally, I did it. This will be the blue line, red line, and green line. The blue line's points are -3, this is just, you know what? So -3, 2. I seriously need one. Okay, I'm going to flip my phone sideways. That failed. Okay. -3, 2. And then -4, -2. So -3, 2. And then -4, -2. There. So we have y minus y. So 2 minus -2, which is going to be 4. Over -3 minus -4, which is -3 plus 4. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So the answer is 4 over 1. And we can simplify that to 4. Always simplify. So this slope is 4. Now to calculate the red line slope. The red line is 1, 3. At least that was easy to write. And 0, -2. So now we do y minus y, 3 minus -2, which is 3 plus 2, which is 5. And then we do 1 minus 0, and 1 minus 0 is just 1. And we simplify to get 5. So this slope is 4 and this slope is 5. So we immediately know that the blue line and the red line are not parallel. Now let's find out the green line and see if it matches up with any of our lines. The green line is 4, 1 and 3, -3. Just the blue line, which I had trouble writing in. So we do first y minus y, which is going to be 1 minus -3, which is 1 plus 3, which is going to be 4. And then over 4 minus 3, which is going to be 1. And 4 over 1 is simplified to 4. And as you can see, blue line is 4, green line is 4, and red line is 5. So, since the blue line and green line have the same value, they are parallel. And the red line is just the odd one out. So that question took a very long time to do. But to find lines which are parallel, you find all of their slopes, and whichever slopes match up are the parallel lines. So now we have one last practice problem. We have a red line, blue line, and green line again. Oh, this is going to be fun. But this time we already know what the red line and the green line here are the exact same. The blue line is different. So the red line, we can split it up. No, we don't even have to split it up. We can go like this. Boom. So, I should have done that in the first place, actually. Red line, we already know equals 5. And green line, we know equals 4. But the blue line's points have changed a bit. This time, the blue line's points are -4, -3, and they are -3, 2. So now, calculate the blue line slope and see if the new blue line slope is parallel to the red line or the green line. So, solve that. Pause the video here and solve that problem. All right. And hopefully you've solved it. -4, -3. So we do m equals -3 minus 2, which is -5, over -4 minus -3, which is -4 plus 3, which is -4 plus 3, which is 3 minus 4. I'm messing up my brain. Okay, -4 plus 3 is going to be -1. There. And then we simplify to 5 over 1. And we simplify 5 over 1 to 5. And now you can see that the blue line, we can erase all of this. And we can see that the blue line is 5. So now, before the blue line was parallel to the green line. But now the blue line is parallel to the red line, since both of their slopes are the exact same. So they are parallel. So that's how you calculate parallel lines. So, quick review. Today we learned how to find parallel lines. How do you find parallel lines? Well, you calculate the slope of all the lines, and whichever slope is equal to the other, those two lines are parallel. There's a positive slope, a negative slope. There's a slope of 0, and then an undefined slope. The positive slope is going to be positive. The negative slope is going to be negative. And then the slope of 0 will be 0, and the undefined slope will be undefined. I'm just going to label it as undef. So, now you know what 4.2 is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications bell to get notifications. Also, the Spooky Scary Skeletons music link will be down in the description. We can check 4.2. So like, subscribe, turn on the notifications bell to get notifications. And I will see you guys later.